Hello, how are you?
Hey, hello. How are you? This is Phil.
Yeah, you. So you are the founder of Ring Protocol?
Yes,
Yeah, so I think there are not a lot of people who are aware of what is actually going on in the Blast ecosystem. So why don't you introduce yourself?
sure. Hi, everyone. Again, this is Phil Hodl. I'm the founder of Ring Protocol. So Ring Protocol is a DeFi protocol that's built in a full set of DeFi protocol on top of Blast. So today, I'm very happy to have this chance to share what we are building and what kind of like a product we provide and what kind of problem we solve. A lot of other topic we can cover as well. So feel free to ask me anything about my personal backgrounds. So I was majoring in computer science, and so yeah, I have a technical background. I've been in crypto more than 10 years, which is a long time. And the reason why I'm building Rain Protocol is for the past few years, I see crypto evolves in a very promising direction. However, DeFi itself faces lots of problem to be solved. And based on my research, I think um, there's a huge opportunity for me to kind of build something cool to solve those problems. And that's why I decided to jump in and become an entrepreneur again. Yeah. And again, like today, I'm very excited to share all sort of like things we have right now and we're gonna build in the future.
Yeah, so what kind of problems do you see and how is Ring Protocol solving these problems?
Yeah. Cool. So I think we see um problem wise is that like in crypto, right? So I think crypto has been existing in for like a decade, almost like um how many years? 15 years, sort of like that. And then it has been a very cool technology to solve a lot of financial issue in terms of like trust to bring a permissionless financial infrastructure and make a platform that's accessible to everyone, etc. However, it also has a lot of problem that's never been solved. Uh, Even the crypto has been developed like for many years. So there are a couple issues we see right now is that like first, there are billions of assets issued on blockchain, right? However, if you take a deep dive in the markets, like most of them are basically like idle assets. They're parked on chain and never been used at all. Um, I could take some example, like for example, Uniswap, right? Uniswap is the number one DEX on in the world, but and it holds like $1 billion in terms of TVL. But those TVL are only parked on chain for providing so-called liquidity. And however, based on the volume every day, the actual assets being used is like very minimum. Most of assets are in the smart contract and never been used at all. Those assets actually can be used by for staking, like for lending, for like yield farming. But because of the nature of these so-called permissionless, so there's no way for assets actually being used for other purposes, right? So that's why I say like those assets are idolized and then they are parked on chain without any real usage. That's one thing. Another thing is that if you see the assets on blockchain again in another perspective in terms of um, like fragmentation, you see like there are many protocols, and all the assets are segmented or distributed. Some, for example, like US dollar. Some US dollar are kept in Uniswap. Some of them are provided in Aave. Some of them are provided in other like DeFi protocols. They are very fragmented. So, and user has to move from one app to the other app or from one chain to the other chain so that they can get access to the different kind of assets. So this is actually very like non-user friendly. And last problem I say is that like current DeFi are protocols, like by design they are not like well designed. For example, they are pretty costly and not efficient enough. So we are Green protocol uh, is built for solving all these problems. Yeah.
So what kind of service do you provide on Ring Protocol?
Yeah, so Ring Protocol itself builds a kind of like a set of several products. So our very first product is called Ring Exchange. So on the surface, it's like a regular like AMM, like other AMM. So user can provide liquidity, can swap, and then user can deposit the liquidity provided the LP token to earn actual rewards in our Ring Earn program. So we built this, launch it like all um, kind of like look like similar to other um, AMM or DAX on Blast, and partially because at this moment we are more focusing on like early user acquisition, community building, so we don't bring a lot of features, a lot of features on top of our Ring Exchange. But on going forwards, we're gonna release more features on that. So that's one, the DAX. It's basically like our first product for go to market, and we are very lucky to be like one of the 47 winners in the Blast Big Bang competition, and we are also like um, kind of like very well recognized by the Blast community. So far, our TVL is on the we are like top 3 largest DeFi protocol on Blast. We have almost 300 million. Right now it's like $260 million TVL on Blast. So that's what we have for the first product. Second, we recently launched a interest interest swap protocol called a dual exchange to get built together with protocol. And this protocol, it's very interesting because before dual exchange was launched, users are basically bridge their assets onto Blast. So they earn yields. They also earn the Blast points, right? So they earn both. However, you see there are many users who really want to maximize their yield farming. They don't want the Blast point. Also, there's users who want to maximize the Blast point earning, right? But they don't care about those yields they had. So we built this to kind of enable user to swap, so that you can boost your yields or boost your your points by sacrificing or basically like giving up the other parts, right? This actually, since we launched it in like just 2 weeks, and the TVL goes crazy. Right now, it has about like $240 million worth TVL. I think this is one of the most amazing product we built. To so far, these are 2 products we launched, and on the surface, you may feel, oh, you guys are building like one product and then the other product, right? However, underneath, both Ring Exchange and Dual Exchange They are all powered by a Ring protocol. We use the same underlying, like a unified asset layer called View protocol. We give a new name called View protocol. So this protocol is it's kind of like an asset wrapping layer, so that it unify all the assets that powers all sort of different kind of product on top of Ring protocol. So the dual exchange and dual exchange Ring exchange are the two examples right now what we built. And if as time goes, I think our user will find like the difference between our protocol and other DeFi protocol. Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I'm also staking some Ether on Duo because, like,
Mhm.
the points, yeah, it's unmatched. Like, it gives me like 1.5x. Like, when there was not that much TVL, I think it gave it more higher yield. But anyways, like for people like me who are trying to get more upside after before the Blast TGE, I think Duo is a very viable product that I can use pretty safely. And
Mhm.
you guys also recently launched DETH and DUSD, right? So
Yes.
you can bolster more capital efficiency. Tell me, how do you want to integrate that into other applications?
Yeah. So we uh, you're very right. Like we launched the dual exchange, and then we got like it went crazy. And then there's one issue that we realized is that once user deposit the Ether and the USDB in Duo, right? They basically just sit and wait for the earning, and we think that's not cool enough. So that's why we changed the protocol and upgraded so that once you deposit one Ether in Duo, where you're earning the yields, the points, you still get a a equivalent of a Duo Ether. So by doing this, you deposit one Ether, you get equivalent amount of Duo Ether. So what Duo Ether and Duo USD could be used? There are several use cases. One is that we try to make user have more like asset efficiency, asset utilization, so that now you have a Duo ETH and Duo USD, you can use that as a collateral in lending protocol to borrow more Ether and borrow more USDB for like year farming or point farming, right? That's one thing. Another thing is what we called loop. So looping, how the loop works is that like user can sell the dual Ether and dual USD in exchange for more Ether and then USDB. And then by getting more, you can deposit more assets into dual exchange. And so this is kind of like leveraging yield farming, right? However, it does come with some sacrifice. For example, if you um, sell your dual Ether and buy into Ether, so you have to kind of like get some like a slippage loss. So you don't get exactly amount of Ether back. You get some percentage off, right? So that's the risk. And users are doing this. Hopefully, they get way more yields in comparison to the slippage loss. Yeah, that's the second thing. And the third thing is actually we are actually working with some other like protocol on Blast, for example, Juice. Juice recently integrates Dual Exchange, and they actually bring in like multi-million dollars of TVR into Dual Exchange. That's why we see the huge TVR growth, and uh, they build the strategy so that user can deposit asset into Juice, and Juice aggregate all the assets, and then become a single asset manager for all the users to interact with Duo. And then by doing this, they are forming like a huge amount of points and yields through dual exchange. So we see all these partnerships are very like innovative, and 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 I think together like all protocol integrate with us, seeing the huge like TVL growth as well.
Does that mean like other popular apps? For example, right now we have Fantasy Top. Like it just took CT by storm, and like I think a lot of people are spending a lot of money there.
Mhm.
Would it be possible to see like DETH or DUSD used on these type of, let's say, retail apps in the
Yeah,
future?
exactly. Yeah, did you actually touch base a key issue on Blast? We witnessed that like because this Ether and USDB are yield bearing token, so your user hold it so that like by nature they can earn yields and points, right? So they have like way less incentive than on other chain. They are not willing to spend the Ether and the USDB. So we built Duo, and so that user deposit as asset and they get Duo token, right? So the Duo token itself first, they can spend it. They spend it, they don't lose the opportunity to form plus point and yields. So once they can do that, they are more willing to spend the dual assets, and that's why we are working on like other social file you mentioned, like a fantasy, for example, and also like for example YOLO game, right? You can safely to spend dual Ether and dual USD on YOLO to gamble a little bit, and hopefully you get like more rewards. And if you later on you wanna get back your original assets together with yields, you can just buy on the secondary market, uh, buy back the necessary amount of dual um, dual token, and then you will get your principal and the yields back. And one thing is really cool is that because your original principal is generating the yields underneath, so you actually can kind of like have a feeling that you are spending money for free, because every day you get some passive income, and then you could use those passive income to play in SocialFi, in like a GameFi, in GambleFi, like for and without any like a significant loss. That's I think one of the great feature we offer. And because of this, we recently actually um, kind of like trying to reach out to Blast. So hopefully like Blast can help us to widely spread this new protocol so that it get like adopted by more ecosystem projects. I think this is actually like one of the like Blast native product that benefit for both the Blast project itself, the Blast chain itself, and also the users on Blast. And I think it's a win-win strategy.
Speaking of Blast, is there like a particular reason that you chose to build on Blast?
That's a very good question. I think so. Before Ring protocol was kind of initiated before we found Blast. So we were like a kind of like quietly doing research and development for past few years. However, we do have a kind of like a issue that even though we build that and then we try to launch it on any chain, we need to figure out how do we do go to market, how do we acquire user, how do we do like TVL acquisition, right? So and then we see Blast. I think that's a very good platform for us to launch a new protocol because it comes with very strong incentive. So what does that mean is that like it actually provide free budget for us to do marketing. For example, right now, Blast biweekly offer like those different the apps. a certain amount of blast gold. So those gold worth something, right? So we actually could use those blast gold to as a budget to incentivize a different kind of group of users, or incentivize users to participate in certain kind of our programs. They are really great. That's one thing. So pretty much it's one of the go-to-market strategies that we one of the key reasons why we choose Blast. Another reason is that at the very beginning, like I mentioned, we try to unify the assets. We try to maximize the assets utilization. And there's one very, very immediate example is that, like, for which I just mentioned on Uniswap, right? So you provide liquidity on Uniswap, so you are earning swap fee, but the Ether you deposit in the smart contract, you don't earn the staking rewards, right? On Blast, it comes with the native staking rewards, yield bearing on Ether, right? So that native feature actually make us very easy to implement the mechanism, so that like our liquidity providers on Reindex can both earn the swap fee and also the native yield fee, besides of the future Rein airdrop. So this is actually a very kind of like a elegant feature, so that save us from building our own like staking service, so we can reuse the existing staking feature provided by Blast. So these two reasons drives us to choose Blast as a like a platform to launch Ring Protocol. So far, I think this is a kind of like a very good decision, because within just 2 months, our TVL grows a lot, and then our community also grows like quickly. And since the day one, we try to build a protocol that's driven by the community, and I think everything goes in plan right now, and which is very great.
Yeah, I recently got really bullish on Blast too, because I see so much dev activity, and I see more and more people flocking into Blast because of Blast Gold rewards. And
Mm.
yeah, after seeing how Patman did with Blur, you could guess that he's not going to end all these incentives in just one queue, right?
Mm.
So yeah, I'm placing some big bets on Blast, and I would really like Blast to have a brighter future. And I would like to hear like what kind of predictions you would like to make on Blast, or in the crypto space in general. Like, what do you
Mhm.
want to see, and what do you think will happen in the future?
Yeah, that's a very difficult question, because I've been in crypto like more than 10 years. So I made a lots of predictions before. Some of them, comes true, but some of them actually prove I was wrong at that time. So nobody actually knows the future. But again, like I also really like to make prediction. Um, Especially for Blast, I think Blast comes out like other I remember it's Arbitron's founder say that it's like Blast create a monster, right? So um because the Blast is so successful, I believe all other like layer 2 or other like a new blockchain coming next after Blast gonna think about how do they provide this native yields uh, feature, because it's kind of like incomparable if a layer 2 doesn't provide or give back the staking rewards back to users, right? So user will surely choose Blast rather than other chain. So for other chain to compete with Blast, they have to provide like similar if not like better feature. So I believe this um, kind of like native yield bearing feature gonna become sort of like a standard for future in next few years, because this it benefit for many parts. It benefit for users. It benefits for uh, like those app developer in on Blast, and also it benefit the Blast itself, right? So I think it's really a win-win strategy that um, most other chains should adopt. So that's my prediction on Blast. Um, Other than that, recently, so Blast token gonna launch by the end of May, right? So a lot of user kind of question. So this is that kind of the temporary opportunity, but I think Blast will have long-term value. That's why, like, if you pay attention, like Dual Exchange was launched at the beginning of this May. So in terms of Blast token TGE, at maximum, we only have like less than 1 month to kind of play with this gold and points, and so that user can kind of swap between point and yields, right? So it looks like Dual Exchange is a short-term project, but we actually firmly believe like this game is just the beginning. So there will be more similar opportunity on Blast, and that's why we kind of like formally launched this protocol at this point. The point and yield swap is just one of the successful example we recently launched, and benefit for the users who kind of like put this yield farming as the like highest priority. But I believe in the after this Blast TGE, there will be more similar opportunity. So I really hope like everyone who are paying attention on Blast should also like kind of like actively participate in Duo as well. And also for the crypto and the whole market itself, some I actually predict a little bit, which is correct, is that a lot of people are talking about Bitcoin halving, right? So I was telling them that this Bitcoin halving won't be anything uh, like too significant. The reason is because the Bitcoin rewards, mining rewards itself is very minimum right now. So halving won't have a big impact in terms of like the total circulation of Bitcoin on the market. So the market, the price, the whole horizon of the crypto won't change a lot because of this Bitcoin halving. Actually, this is been, as you can see, like the Bitcoin halving was very quiet recently, right? It passed through and everyone talk about that for a few days and that's it. Like there's no pump, there's no dump. So that's what we have seen so far. However, this is actually one of the part of the like my perspective about this crypto. So from for the past like 12 years, Bitcoin has halved for three or four times. So every 4 years there's a cycle. So the reason why I predict this time won't be a significant change is that I think a lot of users kind of getting used to this 4 year cycle, so they feel like they're gonna be same 4 year cycle all the time for the future. But I don't believe so. I think that was just like some temporary like kind of like a temporary um, um temporary like a market market phenomenon happens for the past 10 years. I think it won't keep happening in the future. In the future, this market will become more of like stock market. So when there will be new narrative, there will be new bull market. When there's bad economy situation, then there will be bear market. It's something like that. So I think the whole crypto market will kind of like more and more align with the whole world's market, the whole and very very related to the macro um, situation. That's my personal like a viewpoint and prediction. Um, yeah. But I don't think this. I don't see this as a bad thing. You see, like to have something um, creative and innovative to kind of integrate together with the words, you got to kind of eventually join the force with the whole world's economy. You can't just be always be an outlier. So I think that's a good thing together with like those ETF get approved, and I see like there will be more and more users get adopted. The market cap gonna goes up steadily. I predict like in next 10 years, the market cap will at least like 10 folds. So there are definitely like lots of opportunity. That's another reason why at this point I decide to become entrepreneur again to build this RIM protocol together with other entrepreneur in this space. Yeah.
Yeah, I also agree to a lot of points. And crypto market cap is just too big to really make a huge shift upwards, especially Bitcoin. But I do still believe that we are looking at like, a bigger uptrend in the future because we still have some catalysts left, like a potential Ethereum ETF or the lowering of interest rates. And, so
Mm.
yeah, I think we are still kind of early in the bull market. And yeah, I hope we can see a better, let's say, a better future with all our assets. So yeah, I think we are out of time now. So
Mhm.
Few, do you have any things to say to the Korean community?
Uh, yeah. So thanks again for this great opportunity for having me and the team having interview and have this chance to share my viewpoints. So I think yeah, Korean crypto community is very important, and we really, uh, I mean, I guess like people who listen this channel gonna uh, realize that I'm also like Asian, so we do kind of like really pay attention in the Asian crypto market, and we try to build our community in Asia as well. So I really welcome any Asian crypto community join the force together with us to kind of build a flourish blast ecosystem. And if you guys have any questions or partnerships, feel free to kind of follow our Twitter and join our Discord. And our team is like always here to to support you guys. And yeah, we are building more products along the roadmap, and we would like to hear your voice, improve our product, and then really build and bring some protocol that's useful, valuable to the whole world. Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Few, for joining the show. And that was Few from Ring Protocol. And I hope everyone watching this checks out Blast and Ring Protocol even more because, you got some juicy yield farming opportunities there. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much.